Hello everyone, good afternoon. I'm here back with another double spread in my large journal, and I wanted to do something fall today because it's really here, and yeah, I really felt like it. So what I've done already is prepare these 2 pages because otherwise it will take too much time to dry. So what I've done is a little bit, see, it hasn't been glued down everywhere. I need to be more careful with it, but hey, yeah, you hardly see it, it's so fine. Some vintage papers. I had these beautiful ephemera and the beautiful paper from Maremi. I forgot to ink it, you see, but I can do that later, no worries. I figured I really like this one, and while I was cutting I had some extra bits left from the paper, and I really like this because it sort of brings it all together. So I'm going to glue that down with a little bit of matte medium. There's been a lot of posts in the group lately, people saying that they have problems with the gesso not being smooth, or that it doesn't glue very well. The thing is, if you do these whole pages, you need to be really thoroughly, because things dry really fast, and I don't use clear gesso for that. I know Marta does, and she has great experiences with it. Me myself, I use matte medium for that. If you look on the website from Liquitex, it means it's absolutely designed to do for collage, and yeah, as a collage adhesive. You see, it says here. So I've used it throughout this book, and things are really stuck. Does it sort of warp a little bit? Yes, it does, but that's because, like, if you glue it down, and with the rice paper you have it less because that's really thin, what happens is that you may not glue it. These are large surfaces, and if the glue is already drying by the time you put this on, the glue cannot go through it, and with rice paper it can. So that's the reason why this is harder to glue down. It doesn't bother me because I like the grungy vintage effect. If it does, what you could do is use like an old card, like a gift card or an old credit card or whatever, a bank card, and just, because then you can go really fast. I don't need to do that. I have all the time in the world, and like I said, a little bit of warping doesn't bother me. So yeah, I always do this. Now I have a special brush for adding the matte medium, because it's the cheapest one I could find, and it's getting really hard here. So I always wash it with a little bit of soap, but still. So let me glue this down, and then I'm going to let me do it like this. Yeah, like that. And of course the paper from Marta's book is also very thin, but still it's not as translucent as rice paper. So you need to be really careful with that. If you're not going to add paint or inks or a lot of mixed media on top, you need to seriously question yourself, why not just glue it down with like a tape, or just a glue stick, because that will really reduce the warping, and the paper can handle a lot more than you think. But yeah, I'm going to put a lot of it on top, so that's the reason why I'm doing this. Yay. Okay, that's it. I'm going to quickly wrap this in a wet cloth because otherwise by the time we're finished I won't have a brush left. Drying this and then we're off to a good start. So that will do for now. Now normally I'm not a big fan of drying with heat because heat also makes sure that the glue can let loose again. But yeah, because of the filming, if I normally glue something down, I just let it rest and come back later. So I was thinking, I've been trying out some different inks to go because I want to do some stenciling. And then what I always do is, let me see where I have it here, is I wanted to use this stencil. This is the stencil by Tim Holtz, and it's the Tim Holtz stencil 182 by Stampers Anonymous. And I thought I like that. And look, these are the colors. This is the Distress Oxide. It's a little bit brownisher. And this is the Aged Mahogany Distress Ink. I like how this fits, but at the same time I'm also very much liking, so I think I'll use them both. But this is too much of a patchwork. So what I'm going to do first is blend it with and I have two colors. Yeah, some Panaya, I have no idea, but let me use this little piece to sample it so we can see. Oh look, and this is the dentelle that Marta always uses, and I think this is a little bit more beige-ish. Yeah, this one is definitely more creamy. See? Oh, I like that. Yeah. No, I don't want to. Here, let me put this here. And here is, see, this is definitely, oh, you can really see the color difference. I think we can do both. I think we can do both. I want to do a little bit, just ever so slightly, because this is, it's very present, and I want it to be, let me grab a little bit of this. See? That tones it down a bit, but not too much. And then you can just rub it over. Yeah, totally. Like that. Okay, very good. I'm going to be using a little bit on here. This doesn't need, this is not rocket science, so you don't need to be very precise. Just can use your fingers, you can use a dabber, whatever you feel like. And you can use, like I'm doing now, a little bit of paper towel and just, you know, see how it goes, like how this is. And you may think, well, I can still see all the lines. Yeah, so can I. But later on, when I'm going to use the stenciling and, you know, the images on top, it will all, you know, just work together and as if it was meant to be, like that. So I'm not at all worried about that. I'm going for a grungy look and not a clean, you know, look where everything is blended so nicely that you can't see the transitions from one to another. And that's also the reason why I took these different vintage papers, because they're so different in color. And so yeah, you can really sort of dry brush at some point. You have there, and I like that, the way that looks. A little bit more here. Yeah. And dry brushing really adds to that sort of weathered, distressed look. But you have to be sure that your brush is really, really, really dry and barely contains any paint, because otherwise it's not. See, this is too much. This. And there's a very fine line between dry brushing and painting. Yep, a little bit more. Just, yep, there you go. Yeah, okay. And honestly, I think that this is enough. I like how this is toned down. It looks more cohesive. Yep, that's okay. Let me rinse my brush. I have a small container with water here, but it's definitely not enough for the okay. Let me dry it because I don't want to ruin my ink brushes, blending brushes. Yes, perfect, perfect. Yeah, that feels very, very dry. Okay, I don't want to go too dark immediately. I think I will just start with a little bit of brown, you know, with the vintage photo. Just ever so lightly. Ever so lightly. Oh yeah, I like that. That is really... Yeah, we could totally. That's okay. Perfect. A little bit here. And I don't know if you saw the new collection by Tim Holtz, stencils, but one of them I really want to get my hands on. And that's from the new Christmas collection. And it has those little, yeah, diamonds. Oh, it looks amazing. I really, really want that. And next week we're going to my favorite craft store, Within, because the new books have arrived. And hopefully next week she will also have the background books. So we're going to get those. And then hopefully I can also get the, how do you call it? That stencil. I think that will be really cool. I'm going to a little bit like this. Now, there's still some on my brush from when I made the sample. And I have not loaded it up since. So, see how much there is on there. And you really need just a little bit. You can always add more. You could always make it darker. It's very hard to make it lighter. Yes, I like that. Not too much. Not too much. See? See how bright this is? This is okay because I know I'm going to put things over it, so it's okay. But yeah, you need to be really careful. Things can get too bright real fast. Yeah, but this I really like this. Let me put it here. And it's almost like on top of the paint, it's more, yeah, that's brighter. I don't know how you, as if the old vintage paper really soaks it in. See? Here, like that, yeah. Really very nice. Let's do a little bit like this. Well, that's at least, there's a lot of color here. So that's, I like. I I think I'm going to now use the oxide a little bit here, because that goes well over on top of an image. See, like that. And a little bit here, just subtle. You don't need it to, just a little bit. Yeah, I like that. Yeah, and that's enough. We don't need a lot more. Let me get, of course, my favorite stamp. Maybe I will do this later. Let me just go see what I have, what I want to put on here. I was thinking I have this cute little cutesy here with the mushroom, and look, isn't he amazing? Or she, I don't know. I'm calling him he. This is Bird. This is Bird, and she is walking through the forest. I wanted to put these two here. Oh yeah, I like that. I really like that. See, it all comes together so beautifully. I had this one here, I think. Maybe just here. Let me see. And I've cut her out because she was amazing. Yeah, I like that too. Now, I wanted to put the bird here. I need to cut out the wings a bit better. And then I also had a butterfly, but I was wondering if it was not too much, but I think it will actually be okay. My scissors. Let me close this one. Don't need it. And we can see how the butterfly goes. So, yeah, it's the day after, it's the 7th of November today, which, you know, a lot has happened. Presidential elections in the United States. Now, I don't care who you voted for. What I do care is that we stay nice to each other. I don't do politics on my channel. And of course, everyone has their own opinion. I think a lot of people I saw were either celebrating or in shock. And that's the thing I don't like about these elections. The way that they went. How you, I'm going to say this nicely. I don't think it shows off a very good mindset if you start calling other people stupid or you know, name calling. I think if you want to be elected, you should always go from your own strength and tell everyone what you want to change and why you think it's important. The moment you start degrading someone else, I think, you know, yeah, well, you're not a very good human being in my book. And that's not, it's completely unnecessary. So that's what I don't like about these elections. Regardless of whether you're in favor of politics or, you know, there's a lot of really big issues like immigration. We have those here too in the Netherlands. But calling other people names, and that's just not okay. No matter whose side you're on. And I think that that's the lately, and it's not just US politics, it's also here in the Netherlands. People have resorted to that as a means of drawing voters to them, and I don't like that. I mean, why can't you just stick to your whatever you, because apparently you think it's amazing, your ideas that you have for a country and where it should go. No, So yeah, and that leaves wounds. And I know people are gonna laugh about this, but we've had Brexit here a couple of years ago, and you know, we've always lived together with our neighbors, and England, UK are our neighbors, and then to suddenly be told, you know, and even I know it was directed at our politicians and the European politics, and you know, there's a lot to say that things don't work, but yeah, it was so personal, you know, it was absolutely personal, and and that leaves wounds, and it leaves like, why are you doing this? And I don't understand that. You don't have to do that. You can just, you know, pursue a certain cause without the name calling and the, you know, blaming someone else. And things are a lot more complicated than they're portrayed. So that's just what I want to say about it. Please be just nice to each other. And whether you're celebrating right now or whether you're sad because, you know, you're really worried about the state of the world, this is what I had to think about. When I was young, and I'm thinking like 10 years old, it was in the 80s, there was a lot of yeah, acid rain, it would be the translation. I remember that was everywhere, you know, pollution and especially acid rain. And we also had the sort of last bit of the Cold War, and those times were really scary. I remember as a child I was really afraid that we were going to get into a world war with Russia and you know, nuclear bombs and all. And yeah, I always sort of hope that people are sensible enough to not go to war, to, you know, to seek collaboration with each other, to seek that we share the same interests, and that, yeah, I can only pray that people will not always do what they're oh, here it is, what they say they're going to do, because that would be really sad. But yeah, let's just all pray for common sense. There's a Dutch saying that is like, de pap wordt nooit zo heet gegeten als hij op tafel komt. Misschien is wel de soep, maar volgens mij is de pap. The porridge, if I have to translate it, is not eaten as hot as it is served on the table. And yeah, I think that is. It's we just have to pray for that and pray for the best. That's it. That we can unite again as humans for whatever side you're on. And that's just one part of us, and not, you know, finger point at each other. Like, why are you doing this, you rotten person? Because that's not helping anyone. I'm not going to ink those. I'm going to ink her for a little bit. Oh, this is hard with all the little feathers. But this is, yeah. I've cut off her feet because, you know, they were a pain in the ass to cut. Yes, I think we're going to do this. Now I have a little bit of this left, and why not use it? Why not use that? Oh, do I have? Yes, I do. There you go. One bird down. Oh, this is bad. This is bad. And that's because, you know, the ink is very dry, and then to go over it with wet matte medium makes it a big mess. Oh, no, that's not okay. Well, and I'm just going to, this is quite a large piece. So you have to work quick, otherwise it will all completely be dry. And that's the thing, you have to make sure there's glue everywhere, because otherwise, you know, it's not working. Let me see, because I don't like this one. Yes, I can totally cut that. There you go. Yeah, that's better. I don't like that stem. Okay. Oh, you guys, that was not a good idea to do it like that. It's totally... I mean, the girl's okay, but the flower is really buckling. And everything we did here. Well, we're just going to have to solve it a little bit. Oh, that's not very good. So I'm definitely not going to do that again. I am not going to do that again. Let me get my other glue, because this is not happy with it. Here is something plasticky I'm going to put here. I'm going to glue those down with glue stick, because otherwise there will be nothing left of my, how you say it, stenciling. And that's a shame. That's a real shame. I hadn't thought about it. Well, ik kan niet laat. That just happens. We'll just have to see how we can fix it. Yes, die doen we later. This one here. We're going to put birds. Our little hare. He is adorable. He absolutely is adorable. And she, of course, is also adorable. So we're going to glue her down as well. Oh, her hair. Yeah, and I cut off the little, what was it? Well, it wasn't little. I thought it was very big. Too big for my taste. The little pom-pom. And I figured, yeah, let's not do that. Let's not do that. So this one, let me see if I can sort of, I think I'm going to put that here. I'm going to put, yeah, guys, too bad it's not, well, not the best of ways to do that. Let me put this here. We're going to give them something to stand on. I hope you can see what I'm doing. Let me put a little bit of I think that it's a bit too much glue there. How am I going to solve this? I need some ink. I need some ink. Where are my pencils? There they are. See, I need these to the rescue because this is ink and not, how do you say that? Watercolor. Yeah, they are watercolors, but they're ink. Bark, that's a good color, I think. So they're more permanent. And Tim Holtz is not ink. It's a dye, and it has more problems sticking. I'm trying not to move it too much so that it can dry. Let me put a little bit here. So a little bit more shade underneath the mushroom. Let's see what we can do a little bit here. It's not an awful lot, but hey, no, I guess it's okay. It's a little bit okay. So there we go. Maybe a little bit underneath here. Would that work? It doesn't do as well on the paints. If you really want to shade it, you would actually need to do or need to use some dark paints to do some shading. But yeah. It's okay. Okay, well, sort of. Now let me check through the camera how it looks, because that sometimes gives you a better idea. This is really sort of pinkish. I think I'm going to put a little bit of brown on top, to be honest. I think it's a bit too red. Yeah, I think it is. Let's change that. And it's okay. We have a little bit red. Let's just, and we're going to do a little bit sort of off center, like here it is, and I'm going to do a little bit like this. And I'm going to take something really sort of dark. Oh, let's just see how that turns out. If we can, what that would look like. Oh, it definitely tones it down a bit. Yeah, let's do that here too. But now I'm going to yeah, be a little bit on top. This was the Distress Oxide, I think. Not sure, but let's just see what happens if we do that. I think, well, it's definitely toned it down a bit, but is it enough? You know what? I'm going to do some stamping with the scorch timber. Oh yeah, maybe that will work. And that definitely needs to dry, because otherwise it will because this is ink. Let me see what we can do here. See if I can dry this a bit. To roll over this one so that I know that any ink that's left will get absorbed, and so we don't have mistakes. Oops. Yeah, that's okay. Let me close this up before we get a small disaster. Now, what do we think? I have, of course, postage stamps, but I also have some tickets. Maybe we could do a little bit of those. How would that look? How would that look? Oh, that I like that. I like that because that really sort of brings it down. It sort of tones it down. Oh yeah. Yeah, that I like. And we could do it here too. Totally. Yeah, that is a good idea. Now let me get and see if I have some stamps that would work. Because like this. Do we have some stamps with oh, I like this. Oh, but this is not the right color. Well, hold on. This could be. Oh, I like this. I like that there. What else do we have? No buildings really, at least big buildings. I like this too. I think I'm going to do this because it's really sort of lightish. Yeah, that is a good idea. What else do we have? This is always also a nice one. Should I put it here? It looks a bit weird there, you know? It looks a bit weird. Yeah, let's not do that. Let's not do that. What else do we have here? Oh, this might be better. Or maybe not here at all. Oh, wait. Oh, no. No. No, 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 no. This is way too bright. way, 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 way too bright. This is something I really like. Maybe in combination with this. Or should I use something else? Oh, wait for me. This is too... No, we're not going to be using this one. But I do have... Yeah, see, I have something like this. I have something like this. And that I like. Or maybe even because it's just, how about this? How about this? No, but this I do. This is great. Now something that works with that. That could totally work. Where's the other one? Where was, oh, it was way too big. Do I have something that is a little bit, yes, like this, like that. You see, that is what we want. That I like. I'm going to put those here. Let's take this one. Oh, I haven't inked it. Oh. Need to ink the edges. Now, the postage stamp have natural vintage. They don't need to be inked, but oh, I like this. Yes, I do. And then this here. Yeah, I like that. And then this one here. And that definitely needs some inking. Let me get a little bit. Hey, what's this? Oh. And this one. On top, you know, guys, it looks a bit like a mess. Oh my gosh, it looks like a mess. Well, that's the thing, you know, it doesn't matter. Usually after an hour or so when I come back, I'm like, oh yeah, much better. I'm thinking, should I put, I want to do something like a text. So let me get my book. Where is the book? Because we need some text. Here are the texts. Let me see what I had. Another fall, another turned page. Autumn leaves don't fall, they fly. They take their time and wonder. On this, their only chance. And all at once, summer collapsed into fall. Oh, I like this one. Fall into the season of change. Yes, there's a lot of change going on. And we all have to go with it, whether we like it or not. Yes, I like that. I think that's very fitting for these last few days. There we go. Fall into the season of change. I'm going to fall into the season of change. I like that. Yes. Let me put this. Oh. A little bit of inking. And we all have to go with the changes, whether we like it or not, whether we celebrate them. Honestly, I don't know. I was talking to a colleague the other day, and it's like we are growing old so fast. It's like the older you get, the faster time flies. And don't get me wrong, I like growing older. I like it a lot better than I thought I would. And I'm not afraid to turn older. I mean, I'm turning 50 next March, and I'm really going to celebrate. But yeah, it's time flies when you're having fun. Absolutely. You know what, guys? I really like it. I do. Is it the best? No, definitely not. It's a bit, well, you know, this is, oh, look, this dried up pretty nice. I'm glad. But you know what? Sometimes you just have to go with what you've got. And that's, and I like this. I like this one, the browns. I love these. And birds. Hello, birds. Let's all look at birds. Our little hair. And yeah, everything will be fine. So with that, I leave you today. I hope you enjoyed. Please give me a thumbs up. And if you're new to this channel and you like my videos, please subscribe. and hope to see you next time. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.